Welcome to Her Money Revolution. I'm your host, Angela Brooks, your guide on this journey to becoming a wealthy woman. As a certified financial planner, owner, and advisor at Family Capital Management, I'm on a mission to simplify the conversation around investing and to help women generate more wealth by making their money work for them. Join me as we navigate powerful financial planning strategies to help you achieve your personal and professional goals. This podcast is your go-to destination for no fluff, easy to implement financial and investing advice. If you are ready to achieve audacious financial goals, dream beyond boundaries, and generate massive wealth for you and your family, this podcast is for you. Grab a notebook. Let's get started. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you are as excited as I am to start 2025. I know most everyone starts the year with saying, I want to lose some weight. I want to get stronger. I'm not going to eat sugar for a while, or I'm going to take the month off and not drink. But I want to ask you a question. Are you financially healthy? Today, I'm going to go over 6 tips to improve your financial fitness. Welcome back to Her Money Revolution, the podcast where we empower women to grow their wealth by making their money work for them. I'm your host, Angela Brooks, and like I said, today we are going to talk about a topic that's vital to every aspect in life, financial health. Just like physical health, financial health requires regular check-ins and the right habits. What's the goal? A stable, thriving financial future that gives you freedom, that gives you peace of mind, and even room for some indulgence along the way. So let's dive into 6 essential tips to improve your financial fitness. But let's start actually with understanding what financial health really means. When we talk about financial health, we're really talking about how well you're managing your finances and whether or not you're on track to reach your financial goals. Being financially healthy means more than just paying your bills on time. It's about having control over your day-to-day finances. It's about being prepared for the unexpected, and it's about being on track for the future. It's about having a mindset that keeps you focused, that keeps you resilient and motivated. Just like physical fitness, financial fitness means building habits that make you strong and prepared. Now, there is a common misconception that having more money automatically equates to a better financial habit. But let me tell you that that is not true. Wealth alone doesn't guarantee financial health. Have you ever found yourself thinking, okay, so once I earn some more money, I'll start focusing on investing? Or if I were wealthy, I would handle my finances so differently. I get it. It's a common mindset, but the truth is your current financial situation doesn't have to dictate, and honestly shouldn't dictate, your investment journey or your financial habits. There is a difference between being wealthy, having a lot of money, versus being financially fit. So being wealthy often describes having abundant financial assets. And while building wealth is a fantastic goal, it's my goal, it doesn't necessarily mean you're financially fit. So many people believe that a higher income or a higher net worth translates to stronger financial health. But that's not always the case. Sometimes, sure, but not always. Trust me, I work with clients who have millions. From the outside, it looks like they have it all. The luxury homes, the flashy cars, fancy boats, extravagant vacations. And for some, that they are healthy. But for some, behind the scenes, they're drowning in debt. Honestly, they're leveraged to their ears in debt. The truth is, wealth isn't about appearances. It's about being financially fit. And that's a completely different story, okay? Because being financially fit is less about how much you have and more about how you manage it. So financial fitness is about controlling your finances and making intentional, empowered decisions about where you spend your money. It's not reserved for those with significant wealth. It's a mindset and a set of skills that anyone can adopt. Doesn't take millions. Mastering financial health means you're actively working toward a secure financial future, no matter your current wealth status. So let's start flexing those financial muscles. Here are some tips to help you reframe your thinking and build lasting money habits. Tip number 1, spend with purpose and stick to it. The first tip is to spend with purpose. If you have been following me, you know that I don't like the word budget because it feels controlling and restrictive, or like I'm limiting myself. And we know that when we are intentional with our words, it changes our life, right? It changes our mindset. So I like to say the value spending plan. I have a value spending plan. So when I say spend with purpose, think of it as a roadmap. When you know exactly where your money is going, you feel in control because you get to decide where your priorities lie. One great way to stick to your plan is to download my value spending plan and discipline yourself to show up to your money dates. That's it. Just show up. Just check it out. Because remember, the more you know about where your money goes, the more control you have. The more intentional you are about planning for your future self. Number 2, live within your means. Everybody knows this. We say it. We hear it. We need to do it. Focus on sustainable spending that aligns with your values, even as your income grows. Take steps to slim down your debt, and more importantly, slim down your resilience on credit cards. I know, I said it. If you're saying, yeah, okay, but you don't understand, I have so many bills, I have so many kids, I'm a single mom, and there's just no way, blah, blah. I hear you, I do. But I also hear there's excuses. There's so many excuses that we keep giving yourself. So just stop. I have empathy. I'm working on that. But I also have friends that are like, yeah, I know I have these bills, but I'm going to go ahead and take this vacation because I want to. I don't have empathy for that, right? So if you keep giving yourself excuses to have credit card debt, you don't really want financial freedom badly enough, in my opinion. I want you to have financial independence. Trust me, I want you to have so much abundance so you too can experience the richness that life has to offer. That's my purpose for this podcast. But I can't want it more than you. So if you can't afford something, don't buy it. Now listen, many Americans have some type of debt, whether it's a mortgage, a car loan, a student loan, or a credit card balance. And having some debt doesn't automatically flag you as financially unhealthy. I'm not saying that. But if you keep accumulating balances and high interest, debt will continue to snowball into unmanageable territory. That's what I'm talking about. I'm a big fan of leveraging good debt, like a mortgage with a 3% interest rate. Yes, please. I have that. Keep paying the minimum. Don't overpay your mortgage. Please don't put on your goals list, pay off my mortgage. No. That's good debt. That's leveraging debt. And I'd say anything 5% or lower is good debt. But to build financial fitness, you need to make a plan. You need to pay off high interest debt, like a credit card. And then you need to find ways to truly reduce your reliance on credit cards. And that's actually my next tip. Tip number 3, reduce debt strategically. There are 2 popular approaches, the debt avalanche and the debt snowball. Dave Ramsey is big on the snowball. I like both. It really depends on your specific situation. So the avalanche method focuses on paying off high interest debts first, while the snowball method tackles the smallest balances first to build momentum. That typically is what Americans like. I say Americans because it's that mindset of like, I need to feel motivated and stimulated, and it's exciting to see that small debt snowball. But choose the approach that feels most motivating for you and stick to it. Each step forward is progress, and over time, reducing your debt frees up money for savings and for investing. My recommendation truly though is I don't like paying high interest rates. So mathematically, I'd say take the avalanche process. just pay off high interest rate. I hate giving money away for no reason, right? So listen, if you have bad spending habits, if there's a shopping addiction, it's bigger than this podcast. I would really encourage you to get help. Okay. You can cut up your credit cards. You can take a month, you can practice these tips, take a month off of spending. But if you don't get professional help, this cycle will continue. So hear me when I say it's easy for me to sit here on my podcast and say, do whatever it takes to stay within your means and pay down debt and get a second job for a season. But listen, if there's an addiction, you got to get professional help, because what I'm talking about will treat the symptom, but it won't fix the root cause. All right. Tip number 4, strengthen your emergency fund. Part of being financially fit is having an emergency fund to turn to when the unexpected happens. I often say, expect the unexpected. Life has its surprises, some good, some bad, some challenging. An emergency fund acts as a buffer, okay? I can tell you from recent experience, unfortunately, that the peace of mind my emergency fund gave me was very, very nice. My garage door busted a few months back. I was coming home from a wine crawl with our neighbors. It was so fun. And we went to go open our garage and it would start and then it just stopped. I'm like, what the heck? So I put the code back in. My kids were inside sleeping and his kid was over babysitting ours. And I'm like, I'm a little embarrassed right now. I can't get my garage door open. So we're putting the code in and it started to go up and then it would just stop. So long story short, apparently the tracks were busted on the garage and it was about like $800 to fix. Like, what in the world? That we built our house like not that long ago. Then a few minutes went by and my husband and I were pulling out Christmas decorations and he noticed that there was a bunch of water around our water heater. If you're listening, Tony, notice I slowed down there and I didn't say hot water heater. He corrected me. I've always called it a hot water heater. He's like, it's not a hot water heater. It's a water heater. Anyway, I digress. The water heater was leaking. There's like water everywhere. I'm like, so that was, I don't know, a couple grand, I think. I mean, I know exactly what it was, but it was ridiculous. But having an emergency fund for these things, just like this, the adult things that suck to pay, gave me peace of mind. Like, okay, fine. We have it. We've prepared. This is exactly why we have an emergency fund for things like this. So now we're working on building that emergency fund back up. So you can set mini milestones before building up to the recommended 3 to 6 months of expenses. I know that can be hard. If you don't have an emergency fund right now, start by opening a savings account and setting up automatic weekly transfers of a small amount, even just $20. You have $20 in your budget, in your spending plan. You really, really should, right? I could get into some of the stuff that I've seen, like stop smoking. You're going to save so much money. Stop buying soda. Drink water. Like if that's where you're at, you can make it happen if you really, really wanted it bad enough. But anyway, over time, it adds up. Make your emergency fund off limits. You don't tap into it for a vacation. You don't tap into it because my kid needs whatever. It's for emergencies. Because remember, the goal here is to create a financial cushion so you don't have to rely on credit cards or disrupt other savings accounts when emergencies, like a water heater, happen, because they do. Okay. Tip number 5, invest in your future. This is my favorite. Building wealth isn't just about saving. It's about making your money work for you. You have to invest. Start by contributing your retirement accounts, okay? Your 401ks, your Roth IRAs. If you're employed, take advantage of any employer match. Like if they match 3%, put at least 3% in. Essentially, it's free money. Look into investment accounts like a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA or a brokerage account to start building additional wealth outside of your typical employer-sponsored plans. Remember, the earlier you start, the more time your investments have to grow. Investing in a long-term plan is important. Be patient. Keep contributing consistently. Listen to episode, I think it was number 12, for details on how to do this. I dive into all of the details and listen, stay in the market. I have talked to some people that were like, I moved to cash because I was really afraid what was going to happen with the election. And a few days after, it was like record-breaking highs, and I had clients make hundreds of thousands of dollars in one day. So you guys stay invested. It is a long-term game. Okay. And call me if you don't have a clue of what I'm talking about, or if you don't have an investment account, you don't know where to start, I can help you. Just a phone call. Tip number 6, keep learning and review your progress. We need to do this on a regular basis. Okay. Financial health is a journey, not a destination. It's important to continue learning about personal finance, whether it's reading good books. I can send you a few that I like, listening to podcasts like this one, Her Money Revolution, or working with a financial advisor. I'm happy to help. Knowledge gives you tools to make better choices. And that's what we're here to do, right? Make better choices. Set aside time each month for your money date and then show up a dedicated time to review your finances, to look at your spending, to look through your savings, to review any money goals that you have, to reset if necessary, but also remember to celebrate your wins. Don't be too hard on yourself if there are areas for improvement. There should be areas for improvement, because if there's not, then you're not stretching yourself. You're not trying to reach for bigger and better goals, right? But building a habit of checking in, you're keeping yourself accountable, and your partner, your husband, your spouse, or your kids, and you're staying focused on your long-term vision. By reshaping your attitude towards wealth and financial fitness, you'll be on the path to true financial freedom, where your money works for you, not the other way around, where you can truly experience the richness that life has to offer. Join me. It's an amazing place to be. That's all I have for today. Financial health doesn't happen overnight, you guys. It's a process. It's about making intentional choices every day. And by following these 6 tips, spend with purpose, live within your means, reduce debt strategically, strengthen your emergency fund, invest in your future, and keep learning. You're setting yourself up for a financially fit future. I like to say my future self thanks me. I love her. Thank you. Remember, Her Money Revolution is all about empowering you to make choices to support your life and your goals. Keep taking those small steps, and soon enough, you'll see the progress that you have been working so hard towards. Thank you for joining me today. If you found value in this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could benefit from these tips. As always, feel free to connect with me on social media or reach out with any questions. Until next time, here's to a revolution. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you are feeling more empowered in your financial journey. Remember, follow and subscribe to Her Money Revolution on your favorite podcast platform, and share your feedback by leaving a review. I'd love to hear your biggest takeaway from today's episode. Until next time, stay inspired.